Alright, now that we've joined this Client1 to the domain, we want to finish setting this box up so it can be our administrator's workstation to manage the servers down in the server room. So let's fire up our command prompt as administrator again. Adjust the properties of this. And one of the things I didn't do on the last video was to show you that the actual computer name changed. So let's issue the host name command. There you can see we're called Client1. Now, first of all, let's see whether or not Server Manager currently exists on this Windows 10 box. It more than likely doesn't, because I don't think I've installed the remote server administrative tools yet. But let's just verify. So let's go to our Windows and type server, and the fact that Server Manager didn't show up here is an indication that these remote server administrative tools are not installed yet. So let's go to PowerShell. And from the PowerShell prompt, we're going to issue a PowerShell commandlet that is going to take, actually we'll be piping one commandlet into another commandlet into a third commandlet to accomplish this task. Alright, so our commandlet is get Windows capability -online, and then we're going to pipe all of the objects from that commandlet into where space name space -like rset star, and we then pipe that into the add -Windows capability -online command. So we're doing a get Windows capability, we're taking those objects and we're filtering out those that have the RSAT in their name. We then pipe those objects into the add Windows capability -online commandlet. Now, it takes quite some time for this command to run. So what we should be seeing here eventually will be some confirmations that some of these RSAT tools, and there's going to be about 10 to 12 of them that get installed. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here, and we'll resume this just as it begins to finish the process of installing these tools. Alright, that took a little bit of time. I think it was somewhere around 7 or 8 minutes to install those various components of the RSAT tools. Now let's see whether or not we can pull up Server Manager. So now when I type the word server, you can see Server Manager comes up. Let's go ahead and run this as administrator. And let's see what it takes to be able to manage our DC1 box. So we'll come over here to All Servers, right click and say Add Servers. There's our location, which is the CNS 125 domain. We'll do a Find Now. It should find our computers in that domain, including DC1. I'll highlight that and then just arrow that over to the selected computers panel. And then I'll say OK. Now this should shortly populate the dashboard area over here, or the tree panel over here on the left, with the various services that are running on that computer. So there you can see we've got the Active Directory domain services running. There's the DNS service running on there, and there's our file and storage services running on there as well. Now there's one other thing that we would want to do on this box, and that's to add all of the help files for PowerShell. By default, PowerShell does not include the complete help files to do much of what we want to do. So we're going to need to go out to the internet and we're going to issue a command. So let's go ahead and first of all open up PowerShell. Let's see here. There it is. Run this as administrator. Need to adjust the font here a little bit. Get that up to a nice size font. And from here we're going to issue the, first of all we're going to do a get dash help for some commandlet, for example. Let's say get process. And you can see when I run that commandlet, just by running that commandlet, it's going to update the help files on this computer. I could have also just done the update help command, and that would have gone out and got all of the files necessary to provide all of the full functions of the help and the get help commandlets. So this will take some time to install as well, so we'll go ahead and pause the video here. Alright, so now we've downloaded all the additional components to the help system for PowerShell, and it took a little while because there are over 1,500 commandlets in PowerShell. In fact, if we do a get dash command and pipe this to measure, yeah, we can see here there are, well, with all of the stuff that we've added with remote server admin tools, we've got over 2,900 PowerShell commandlets now at our disposal here on this Client1 box. So now this box is pretty well prepared to remotely manage our servers and do whatever we want to from our workstation. Hope you found this series of videos informative, and I'll be talking to you in class.